Hi.
Hi.
Day 8.
Day
And
8.
Day 8. We were going to do a video last night as we completed day 7 or stage 7 and managed to pack in 170 kilometres. And yesterday we completed 30 kilometres to get to Longrano.
We keep forgetting the names of everywhere we've been, and I'm having to write them down so I can speak of them eloquently.
Tend to lose track of days. I'm not even sure what day it is today. It's Tuesday, that's right. So yesterday was very successful. 30 kilometres was quite a stint. But what is really impressive is anybody doing it is really impressive. Anybody doing it with a backpack, the blokes doing it with backpacks is impressive. But women doing it with full rucksacks, strapping.
I've been strapped.
Doing it with a full rucksack, commands a lot of respect, and it commands a lot of respect from people just passing. I can't believe you're doing it with a rucksack, to both of us, but especially to Jilly, who's carrying that. So it really is amazing. But 30k in 25 degrees of blazing sunshine is something. But it's now the end of stage 8 or day 8, and we had a much quieter day today, and we only packed in 10 miles, or we're back up to 85 kilometres or something like that. And we're stopped in...
We're in Navarette. We're in a place called Navarette, and we have been staying in these little hostels, auberges, which are actually good fun. But we did, I don't know if we told you on a previous video, but this time before last, we stayed in this dormitory, and there was only 2 bunks in it, 2 double bunk beds, whereas the other places had 8 and 12. And it was a very hippie, lovely little bohemian type place. And I actually had a massage. Wow, which was great for about 20 minutes. I could hardly move afterwards. And it was a bit tricky not having any space. And we stayed in Longrano last night after a very, very long walk. And there were some Brazilians on bikes.
Oh, yes.
Some Brazilians. We were exhausted. It's hot. Don't look 100%, feel absolutely shattered. And then all of a sudden we stopped to have a lemonade in this wonderful little cafe.
Pop-up cafe type things they have.
And we stopped, and these about 5 Brazilians got off a bike. One of them had a triangle, the other one gave me a maraca, and they started playing this music, and they were starting doing this, whatever it was, salsa, they're dancing. Of course, Mike joined in with his backpack on, and I thought he wasn't going to move ever again, and he was brilliant. He was rocking those moves in the street.
Which is a joke, because at the time we were hobbling, we were thinking we're actually going to make it into Longrano.
I was
shocking.
So proud that he could do it so well. He gave them a run for their money, I tell you.
But they're all dressed up in lycra, black to head to toe in cycling lycra, and they weren't young. They weren't all young Brazilians, but as soon as they rocked up, they got a beer and they just started playing music, triangle, and started dancing around. It's just really, really random.
So everyone get a triangle, and you can just get it out every now and again. Get everybody dancing. Yeah.
How are you enjoying your dormitory experience?
I don't mind every now and again. It's quite interesting. You meet some lovely people on the Camino, and everyone walks past you and says, Bueno Camino, Bueno Camino. And as we walk through the cities and the towns, people come up and they say, Bueno Camino. So people actually treat you with a huge amount of respect. And I thought today someone was looking at me in pity because it was really hot, but no, total respect. Bueno Camino. And they go out of their way to show you where to go if you're going off in the wrong direction.
So going out to the city, the people walking the other way just on local footpaths, and obviously can recognise that we're walkers, backpacks, and already perspiring and looking a bit exhausted, a bit apprehensive about the day ahead. They're sort of wishing us well, which is lovely. Which is really
There was a lovely. We've met some really interesting people, Americans, very interesting.
That's quite
But
fun,
there were two Americans, like the Flintstones, managing to go up the hills, red in the face, but really nice. And one of them obviously was a motivational sales guy, and he was really funny. And he said to me, "Clear your mind so that your soul has room to come in." And I thought, oh yeah. I think I said I've cleared my mind, but my soul's a little bit jagged at the moment. I was going up the hill. Lots of lovely, lovely people coming out with some wonderful little truths, as we're driving.
And also, are you sure it's what he said to you? Clear your mind. I never heard him say that.
He did say that. So your soul can come in.
Because about 10 miles before that, we just suddenly turned up, and there was this sort of pop-up van, selling tortilla and lemonade and coffee, and an Englishman who lived in Vienna, which was the village before Le Grand.
He lived in Tidworth, everyone.
And he had lived in Tidworth, but he was born again. So
last year. So he was very keen to try and enlighten us, not only with his newfound wonder, but also to sell us his book, which we managed to decline quite well. It was about miracles on the
Camino, of which one had happened at that sort of really weird pop-up. Talking about pop-up places, that best one we went to was 2 days ago. It was just by Olive Grove, middle of nowhere, Olive Grove, which of course are loads of them, and this young lady was there just selling bits and bobs for a donation, and you could sat in the Olive Grove. We didn't do a video, did we?
I think we might have done that, but never mind. But we'll go back and do it again. Oh, we're in this wonderful little village, town, whatever it is.
Well, it's a very small town.
It's lovely. It's really nice.
We're outside a bar, and the need for a bell. Oh, last night we managed to stay at a hotel, which was lovely, and it had a small balcony, and we saw a local pageant with men playing gazoos, but it was right outside the cathedral. I said to Julie, I can see the bells of the bloody cathedral from my window. Fortunately, after 8 o'clock they don't start whacking them out, but they started whacking the blasted things out at 6 o'clock in the morning.
And we went last night. We had some food there was a main drag with lots of restaurants with tables and chairs outside. Had some interesting food. We met some Irish people they were actually flying home. They were really, really lovely and telling us. I think first of all, people talk they're all gung ho about what they're doing, and then they start telling you why they're doing it. And that is really interesting, that's nice. So I think it's going to become a little bit more spiritual. We are just starting to heal from our injuries because I think you damage yourself pushing your body through so much. I've never pushed myself so hard.
Well, you are. It's frustrating.
I've got a bit everywhere.
You've got a bit, that on your rucksack is infuriating, but you've got take down most parts of your feet, which is, and everybody has injuries. Or more to the point is you get blisters, and you all of a sudden expose things like my left knee and my right hip, your right knee.
I think my brain has been exposed big time. Oh, here we go. There's loads of bells. I don't know where Quasimodo is.
past.
All over the place.
What was I going to say? So everybody says, I was going to say something about Buen Camino. Oh, no, but you managed to say Bonjour Camilla once. Bonjour Camilla was quite amusing. I wish I recorded it. I think they must have thought she was completely insane. Fortunately, I think they were Spanish, which they just think was stupid anyway.
I get fed up with saying Buen Camino. I keep saying
Bonjour Camilla.
Yeah, Bonjour Camilla.
It's very, very good.
But anyway,
funny.
we decided to lessen our 30 kilometres a day, and we've done 12.
Today we've just done 14.
14 up slopes in the heat. But we came to this little place called Navarette, which is where we are, and we were so surprised because you book places.
Oh yeah.
You book these either auberges with hostels, or you book whatever you can get actually. And Mike booked this place that we weren't holding out much hope. And there was this big door. We walked in, and oh my goodness, it is amazing. We're so happy. It's called Posada Ignatius. It's got oaked beams, lots of space. I mean,
it was a nothing door, wasn't it? A typical sort of like medieval street with this door, which is a bit knackered, and it's got this electronic controller to get in. You press it, you walk in, and you just step into this semi-castle-like environment. And we got a proper room, a proper...
And shampoo, and there's a hairdryer. It's the first time I've used a hairdryer all this time. And it does not boost your mental state, everything really, because it can be quite hard,
But also we notice a lot of people comment on this. And
Rioja.
people have done this. White Rioja, which
White
is just
Rioja.
seen all over the place. It's extraordinary. But it's the little things all of a sudden become really appealing.
Yeah.
And of course tortilla,
Oh goodness, I love it.
as Lou will contest, anybody who's done this will contest, you leave in the morning at about 7 o'clock, you walk and you always come across some sort of cafe in the middle of somewhere, or a pop-up cafe, and they sell tortilla and coffee. That is really magical, very special.
And everything I have eaten, I have really enjoyed. It doesn't matter what it is, the quality. I have eaten so much. I don't think I'll come back thinner. Everything, I have just been so hungry because we have worked so hard. We've walked so far. And, we came out this evening, we were staggering a little bit, trying to get down the steps because our knees are hurting. We're really, really stiff everywhere. And I hope that eases because, we're staggering around these Zimmer frames when we come home.
We have this range from advice from people that say, well, between 6 and 2 weeks, you sort of ease into it. And I can understand that because I don't necessarily have pain anymore, but I ache like a very dull toothache in virtually every part from anything beneath my waist. And that's quite interesting. But today was quite challenging. I think it was actually doing 8 days or 7 days full on and finish that 7th day with 30 kilometres was a lot. And we decided to take it easy today, and that mental, and that's what a lot of this is about, isn't it? It's that sort of mental approach. It's odd. It exposes all sorts of weird sort of challenges to you, and you're going, why am I not sort of just happy to be in the countryside? It's because we just want a coffee or something like that.
Yeah. There is an 83-year-old gentleman doing this though, who's really cool.
They are slower than that.
There are some older people doing this. There's some young people, lots of young people. And everyone, young or old, they've all got their knees bound up, because it is quite challenging on the knees.
But it's injury, and that's what we've managed to avoid. Yes, we ache, we hurt,
so slow.
but really slow. And we've overtaken 12 people since we started.
Yeah.
And we talk about Graham. He was quite mature. The Swiss lady, she was quite mature. And we heard about this 83-year-old gentleman who's doing it. Well, they're just slow, and that it really is, isn't it? It's just go really, really slowly. Because in actual fact, as lovely as this is, what happens is after you've walked 25k or 22k, you actually don't want to walk anywhere. So you get here and you don't really want to go wandering around seeing everything. So there's no need to get here early. You just get here safely, which is the...
Have you answered all Jules's questions? Because
Jules's
we need to wrap
question,
up
how
now,
many...
we won't be able to upload this if it's too long.
So we're up to 140 odd K now. So we're about
nearly
probably
drunk
just
this,
up the way. And I forgot where we're staying already, but you've got it written down there.
Posada Ignatius.
And Jules, you're more than welcome to send me queries. But the idea was the fact last night I wanted to do this video, but by the time we'd gone out, you just absolutely bushed. But it will change because what's happened now is we started going to bed at 8:30. And then 9 o'clock, 9:30.
It was 11, wasn't it?
It was 11 last night.
Oh, goodness, we're really pushing the boat out.
We are. So, but we didn't get up at 7.
We're still talking.
We're still talking. Well, we say we're talking, but what's interesting is that normally we chat till about 1 o'clock, and then we stop talking, and if Jill's really focused, we go really quiet. Having said that, I do as well. But today, in actual fact, because we knew it'd be only a short distance to do, we found both of us went quiet really quickly.
Yeah, we did the same.
And we were waiting for our breakfast cafe to appear, and it never did. And we had to walk through what was unusually a lot more industrial areas and tarmac, a lot of tarmac. It's weird how
on
tarmac
two satsumas.
on two satsumas
Yeah,
each.
how do we
So,
do that?
oh my goodness. But that's the other thing we learned, isn't it? Because the motto, and this too will pass, becomes very apparent. It's very crystalline in this, isn't it?
It is,
Because we find somewhere really special and we go, wow, this is amazing. And then you go into something that's not so special, you go into countryside, and then you come back to this again. And holding that concept of this too will pass, including the pain and the aching, and when you've got a massive hill to go up.
Sure, we're selling
It's
this really well. And I
No, but it
need
is.
another one of these.
So, which I'm going
yeah.
off on now. So, love and light to everybody.
Take care.
Speak soon.
Oh, speak to you soon.